let's start with this one because this is where I was at. I wanted to see this shit. Yeah, this is okay. I'm playing it. Don't yell at me, Troy. Jesus, you guys are so pushy, so pushy. Luke Beasley with Donald Trump yelling at a reporter because he asked him about the tariffs. So let's watch this. Let's watch Luke Beasley. Let's watch Donald Trump yell at a reporter.
Well, this is wonderful. A reporter broke the news to Trump that behind your back, people are calling you an embarrassing thing. And Trump didn't like it at all. We'll look at different moments. This was the swearing in as interim.
Hold on. Is that Janine? Oh, this is a swearing in of Janine. I'm super drunk looking for Hillary Clinton in the woods outside of like North Carolina, Pereira, right? This is what's going on here. That's what she's doing right now. Okay. All right. Obama. Okay. All right.
From U.S. Attorney in D.C. of Janine Pirro.
Okay, I'm going to throw up. I'm throwing up. You're making me throw up.
Janine Pirro of Fox News fame.
Now Luke Jesus, I cannot talk today. I've been up for a long time. Luke Beasley has a soundboard. He's fucking copying me. He's copying me. Luke Beasley is watching my show, copying my shenanigans. You better not be getting the good ones, okay? You better not be getting the good ones, okay? Like this.
The whole world gone crazy! Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?
Okay, yeah, he better not be.
That's just the new thing now. There's like over a dozen. There's so many former Fox hosts and Fox people who are now in Trump's administration. They tried to call the CNNs of the world state TV when Biden was president. This is state
Actual
TV.
State TV.
They literally just switch off between being Fox hosts and working directly for Trump. And they're fair and balanced. But again, for context before playing this clip and others, the New Republic reports Trump branded with embarrassing nickname over tariff confusion. What could it be? It's Taco. Taco is the new name.
No.
Wall Street is beginning to understand the president's roller coaster foreign trade decisions with the help of a trendy acronym, Taco, or Trump.
Wow. Oh, the taco theory was coined earlier this month. Oh, man. Oh, we are in so much trouble, guys. We are so much trouble.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets.
Yep. Wow.
Trump always chickens out. The taco theory was coined earlier this month by Financial Times columnist Robert Armstrong, adding
it's Taco
a catchy
Tuesday,
name to the
guys.
practice of loading up on stocks when Donald Trump first announces the tariffs and then selling when he ultimately backtracks on enforcing them. Oh gosh, this is just a crazy world we're in, where now the U.S. president's instability is a trading strategy. Here's him being notified that people...
Did I tell you guys about this? So I'm on... I have notifications turned on for True Social, right? Because at one point or another, I needed to get a Trump tweet for a video, right? So I had to sign up, and when I signed up, I think I didn't turn off the notifications, or I clicked the button that says, tell me when he fucking sends the emails out, whatever it is. So I got an email the other day that says Donald J. Trump Media, which is the stock ticker, right? DJTM or whatever it is going to sell $1.5 billion of new stock for Truth Social to raise a total of $2.5 billion, $1 billion through corporate interest and $1.5 billion through diluting the shares of Truth Social to buy $2.5 billion worth of Bitcoin, guys. Donald Trump's media platform is selling $1.5 billion worth of new shares, which will dilute the price of his shares, which means the people that own his stock. Sorry, my voice is still bad. The people that own his stock, the price of their stock is going to go down. He is selling stock, diluting the shares of his followers, so that way he can buy $2.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. He is the most corrupt president that has ever lived. That's insane. Insane. Where is it?
I love the poorly educated.
People are mocking him in that way, and that we're all having to live through his taco thing. And Janine Pirro's very happy behind him throughout the whole thing.
Mr. President, Wall Street analysts have coined a new term called the taco trade. They're saying Trump always chickens out on your tariff threats, and that's why markets are higher this week. What's your response to that?
I kick out?
Chicken out.
Wait, what? I chick out? I chick out? What does it look like when you chick out?
Oh, isn't that nice? Chicken out. I've never heard that. You mean because I reduced China from 145% that I set?
Chicken out. You talking about the eggs? The egg prices are very low, so low. Gasoline prices so low. Interest rates so
down to 100 and then down to another number. And I said, you have to open.
He said, hold on, he's explaining himself chickening out. He said, you mean when I said 145% and then I said another number? I don't know, Donald. Was that other number lower than 145%?
Open up your whole country. And because
And they didn't.
I gave the European Union a 50% tax.
Dog, you did it for like a week. He was like, that's it. The EU gets 50% tariffs. And then like 3 days later, he's like, just kidding. Not a big deal.
Tax tariff.
Oh, shit.
And
Sorry. It's
they
not
call-
on the screen. Sorry. Can you guys at least hear it when I do that? Oh, sorry.
Called up and they said, please, let's
Hold on,
meet
huh?
right.
very happy behind him throughout the whole
There you
thing.
go.
Mr. President, Wall
Start
Street
it over.
analysts have coined a new
Sorry,
term
guys.
called the taco trade. They're saying Trump always chickens out on your tariff threats, and that's why markets are higher this week. What's your response to that?
I kick out.
Chicken out.
Check out.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Let it
Chicken
read
out.
up.
I've never heard that. You mean because I reduced China from 145% that I set?
Chicken out.
I don't
You
think
talking
he's
about the
yelling,
eggs?
Troy.
The
I
egg
don't
prices
hear
are
it. I
very
don't see
low,
it
so
happening.
low. Gasoline prices so low. Interest rates so
Down to 100 and then down to another number. And I said, you have to open up your whole country. And because
And they didn't.
I gave the European Union a 50% tax tariff. And they called up and they said, please, let's meet right now. Please, let's meet right now.
That's not even close to what they said. They said that they would fast track it, which is literally just fucking lip service. Like, Jesus Christ, man. Why can't you just fucking say... Well, okay, first of all, why don't you just, like, follow through with the shit you're saying so there's not literally a fucking acronym made up about you chickening out? How about we start there? And then, like, shouldn't the better answer to this be something along the lines of, hey, look, these are very complicated issues. They're hard to talk about. And you know what? There's a lot going on. And there's games being played. And I don't really like that. But I'm going to play my side as well as I can. And they're going to play their side as well as they can because that's how this stuff works. Like, he gets his feelings hurt so fucking easy. Like, why are you over-explaining this shit? He's so insecure.
And I said, okay, I'll give you till Janine. I actually asked them, I said, what's the
Janine.
Janine. It's Janine.
I told
Rita.
them you have until vagina 9. July. Sorry,
Janine.
gosh.
up and they said, please, let's meet right now. Please, let's meet right now. And I said, okay, I'll give you till
There you go.
Janine. I actually
Bucket. Exactly. Why wouldn't you just say, fake news? Fake news.
asked them, I said, what's the date? Because they weren't willing to meet. And after I did what I did, they said, we'll meet anytime you want. And we have an end date of July 9th. You call that chickening out? Because we have
On July 9th, I'll call it chickening out. when there's not a trade deal. And he's like, I was going to, 50% tariffs. And then a week later, he's like, they've got until August 17th. We're taking the tariffs off again. That's what we call chicking out again.
$18 trillion now invested, committed to investing when Biden didn't have practically anything. Biden.
Did he say 14 trillion? Is that what the number is now? All right, cool. Every time he says it.
Wait, what do you say?
You call that chickening out? Because we have $14 trillion now invested, committed to invest.
Oh my God. It's just because Trump supporters will believe any number he says, dude. He is fucking Dr. Evil, dude. We've invested $14 trillion. Oh my God. There's no fucking way that you actually believe, dude, when he says that they've invested $14 trillion. But they do, don't they? They believe him. When he says that shit, they believe him, huh?
I love the poorly educated.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Investing when Biden didn't have practically anything. Biden.
Did he say 14 trillion? Is that what the number is now?
Oh my God.
Right, cool. Every time he says it, it's another trillion higher, but with no new announcements. It's great.
This country was dying. You know, we have the hottest country anywhere in the world. I went to Saudi Arabia. The king.
That's called climate change, dog.
Told me. He said, "You got the hottest. We have the hottest country in the world, right?"
I think he meant it was on fire, dude. I think he was telling you that your shit's on fire. Why does he use such weird terminology? He said we have the hottest country. The hottest country. Oh, fuck. Is it just like an English as a second language problem? Is Donald Trump struggling with the English language? Is that what it is? Can he not find the words? Is dementia setting in and Donald Trump can't find the right word? So he said we have the hottest country. What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Right now. 6 months ago, this country was stone cold dead. We had a dead country. We had a country people didn't think it was going to survive, and you ask a nasty.
6 months ago. How long do you think he keeps saying 6 months before it's actually he says 6 months and it happens to be within his window of what he was? Remember when everybody was like, weren't you better off 4 years ago? And that was like in the midst of Donald Trump's term of dealing with COVID, and everybody kept pointing out that 4 years ago was COVID and everybody was dying and like people were getting sick, and they still didn't change the number. Like all they had to do was start saying, weren't you better off 5 years ago or 6 years ago? That's all they had to do. But they were like sticking to it, like sticking to their guns. They're like 4 years ago, like that was when everybody was dying and everybody was sick and Trump was doing a bad job. And they're like, doesn't matter. We're saying 4 years.
The question like that. It's called negotiation. You set a number. And if you go down, if I set a number at a ridiculous high number and I go down a little bit, they want me to hold that number, 145% tariff. Even I said, man, that really got up. You know how it got? Because of
that's what she said.
Fentanyl and many other things, and you added it up.
Viagra, Cialis.
I said, where are we now?
Oh, my God.
This reminds me a lot of his electrocutioner shark rant.
It's
He's just kind of saying words.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and so they're wanting me. So they're saying, you're saying chicken. What a nasty question. They said, I went up and fentanyl, I tariff fentanyl and it went up. And so then when we go down, they say, oh, that's bad. But I'm going down. But I said I wasn't going down because I was trying to make them think that it was going to go up. If we go down, then they'll actually have to come up to go down into us. And then we'll have it all completed on Vagina Night, July 9th.
Vagina Night.
Vagina Night. With the EU, because if we brought $60 trillion into the U.S. actually.
$60 trillion.
If you didn't hear. Sheesh.
And I said,
my God.
That's high. That's high. They were doing no business whatsoever, and they were having a lot of problems. We were very nice to China. I don't know if they're going to be nice to us, but we were very nice to China.
He's so weird. Oh my God, he's so weird. We were very nice to China. They weren't nice to us, but we were very nice to them by putting 145% tariff on them.
And in many ways, I think we
Oh
really
my
helped
God.
China tremendously because, they were having great difficulty
Because we're being so nice.
we were basically going cold turkey with China. We were doing no business because
Turkey?
this is turkey time. This is now we're talking turkey. Because of the tariff, because it was so high. But I knew that. But don't ever.
I've got to match him. I've got to match him soundbite for soundbite.
White males way up. White males have gone through the roof. White males way up. Ever say what you said? That's a nasty question. Go ahead. To me, that's the nastiest question.
Wait. He waited all that time. Like, he's so mad. Holy shit, that took a long time. First of all, Troy, no yelling. There's no yelling. Very disappointed. Very disappointed in that. No yelling. It's like he talked that whole time, couldn't figure out a solid answer for the question, and finished up by just being pissed off. He's like, anyways, that was a nasty question. I fucking hate you all.
Mr. President, wait a minute. Wait. Go ahead, please.
He attacks the reporter. She didn't come up with that. That's a Wall Street term. Trump always chickens out. That's their thing to understand how to trade in this uncertain environment.
Literally.
That your lack of predictability has become so predictable, which is the point. That's a nasty question. Don't ever ask me that again. I did. If you'll zoom back in, Jaden, on Janine Pirro's face, take a look. Just while I won't even play the clip anymore. Just watch kind of as she's living it up next to him. Her eye, I don't think she is, but this is how she would look if she were absolutely baked during this. She's just kind of looking around and wondering what he possibly could be saying. Obama. And they all try to act like they're not weirded out by what's being said, but they are. We can stop it there.
Look at my African American over here. Look at him.
I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black.
Jaden, that's really funny. But let's move on from that because somehow this presser got even more bizarre. Trump getting asked about his actions against Putin. Their rhetoric has been escalating. Will you implement sanctions, enhance sanctions, for example, to pressure him into peace? And Trump says,
Mr. President on Russia. Mr. President on Russia.
By the way, while we go through this segment, please do click the subscribe button.
Not
As a reminder, if you go to the podcast tab on the YouTube homepage or the live tab on the YouTube homepage, you'll find our morning broadcast that we do. We broadcast it live, but you can watch it.
Mountain bike. That's a good question because she is like right behind him, huh? She's right behind him. Am I out of frenzy yet? Rusty. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, no. Buy stock in bag-and-box wines now. Oh, God. Okay. All right. Here we go. Back to
whenever it's left there. And we had a very fun one this morning.
Mr. President on Russia. Mr. President on Russia. On Russia, Mr. President.
Please.
Wait. Piro, no more mercy for criminals. He's literally pardoning fucking criminals, like, all the time. He just, like, pardoned a dude who murdered a bunch of people. He pardoned fucking 2 people that fucking grifted, like, $30 million off the banks. He just, like, pardoned a fucking sheriff that took $75,000 in fucking bribes. No more mercy for criminals. The criminals are getting the most mercy they've ever been shown. Holy shit.
Do you believe the Russians are being disrespectful when they say that your criticisms of Putin are simply an emotional response? And do you still believe that Putin actually wants to end the war?
I can't tell you that, but I'll let you know in about 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks, we're going to find out very soon. We're going to find out whether or not he's tapping us along.
Last week, he said 2 weeks. Last week, he said 2 weeks.
It's just like his first term. It's like when he was elected the first time, and every 3 weeks it was, we're going to have an infrastructure deal in 3 weeks. 3 weeks from now, we will be having an infrastructure deal.
So now that would be 1 week. But now he's saying it's 2 weeks still. It's always 2 weeks. It's always 2 weeks. I need to start doing this in my personal life. Luke, the IRS. When are you going to pay your taxes?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Don't worry about it. I'll get in 2 weeks. 2 weeks later. All right, are you paid? 2 weeks. Don't worry about it. I'll get it. The guys, Luke, when are you going to pay us? 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. I'll get it to you. Don't worry.
2 weeks.
Unbelievable.
Or not, and if he is, we'll respond a little bit differently, but it'll take about a week and a half, 2 weeks. We have Mr. Witkoff is here, who's doing a phenomenal job.
Terrible job.
He's dealing with them very strongly right now.
Is he?
They seem to want to do something, but until the...
Did he send him a strongly worded tweet that said, "Stop"?
The document is signed. I can't tell you. Nobody can. I can say this. That
What happened to 24 hours? When did it turn into 2 weeks? Remember when it was 24 hours? Within 24 hours, the war in Ukraine will be over. With one phone call, I'll put a stop to the bloodshed. Damn, dude. What did he say? He's like, Vladimir Putin has gone crazy.
very disappointed at what happened a couple of nights now where people were killed.
Yeah, he just
in the middle of what you would call a negotiation. I'm very
sounds.
disappointed by that. Very, very disappointed. Yeah, please.
I mean, even still, when Putin continues the war, he says he's disappointed. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Whenever it's Zelensky, he shouts at him in front of the whole world, even though Zelensky is the one defending him. So that absurdity is still there. But I guess Trump's finally getting upset with Putin. But we can't really believe that until he actually does something.
Actually, what Dr. Don just said, MAGA attention span is less than 2 weeks. So he just says 2 weeks every actual 2 weeks because a week and a half into it, they've forgotten. So he just throws another 2 weeks on top of that shit.
Some sort of
They're
pressure.
like, 2 more
and the
weeks,
whole
all right.
engaged negotiations.
All right,
No, you're
we're
not,
getting shit
though.
done.
You're really not. Every single time you have a negotiation victory, it's literally you coming out and saying Putin has agreed to begin negotiations. We've had that announcement 3 times now. A message from the White House.
Yeah, dude. Every time I see an article that says Putin agrees to ceasefire terms, I shit you not, it's 24 hours later I see another article that says Putin has bombed the shit out of Ukraine. I'm like, I think I see a pattern, guys. It feels like Vladimir Putin isn't going to stop invading Ukraine. Kind of like what everybody said was going to happen. It's fucking insanity. And here's the thing about Trump and the way that Trump does everything, right? It's the boy who cried wolf. So that's why that taco shit exists. Trump always chickens out, right? It's the boy who cried wolf. If every time that you put a tariff on, you don't follow through with it and you turn it off, that's the boy who cried wolf, man. No one is going to ever believe that you're going to do. So how is that a fucking bargaining tactic if people know? Do you think the only people that believe the taco acronym are people on Wall Street? No, every fucking trade partner we have now is like, oh, this dude ain't doing shit. This dude ain't nothing. He ain't doing a goddamn thing. He's going to tell us he's going to put tariffs on him. We go, no, dude, don't worry. We can get the deal done. And he takes them off. Same thing as with Putin. I'll put sanctions on you. Putin's like, just tell him, yeah. Tell him we got this. We do peace talks. Trump's like, okay, no sanctions. Putin bombs Ukraine. Trump goes, you said! I sent you a tweet that said, stop! Damn it.
Donald J. Trump, the U.S. president, has announced after his call with Vladimir
That's how I say
Putin
woof.
that amid U.S. negotiations with Russia to end the war in Ukraine, Putin has confirmed he will begin negotiations with the United States. Wait, a week later, a message from the White House. And every time we're supposed to celebrate that,
it's so dumb, man.
Clearly, Putin's just using this as a way to elongate the war than more.
Having to do with Iran. We're having very good talks with
Mr. President, you said yesterday that Putin is playing with fire. What will be the consequences for Russia if Russia continues?
Let's hear what the consequences are going to be. I can't wait to find out what we aren't going to do to Russia if they don't stop.
Well, I'm not going to tell you exactly, but the word speak.
I will.
He can't tell you exactly. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Person, woman, man, camera, TV.
He's a genius, guys. He's a genius. You guys he's 17D chess, bro.
I will tell you in 2 weeks.
Oh my God!
Pretty loud.
2 weeks D chess.
We're not happy about that situation. I think we're.
Okay, so he's kind of repetitive on all of that. The last thing on the Russia piece I do want to address is him saying, or being asked, you said this never would have happened. Now that you're seeing Putin disregard all of your requests of him, do you still believe it never would have happened?
Like when I see rockets being shot into cities, that's no good. We're not going to allow it.
You've always said that the war...
You're not going to allow it? What are you going to do to stop it, you fucking feckless coward? Holy shit! I have never heard such a useless fucking president in my entire fucking life. They're shooting missiles in the cities. That's not good. We're not going to allow it. You've literally been allowing it. Like every fucking day since you entered office. Jesus Christ, this guy is worthless. The only reason he is in office right now is to fucking steal money from poor people. That's it. He hasn't stopped any fucking wars. He hasn't fucking made anything better. Jesus fucking Christ, do something!
Never would have started if you were
Would have never happened, and it didn't
He doesn't seem
happen.
willing to do anything
70,
that you
11
want
billion
him to do.
DJs.
Do you still believe that he wouldn't have launched the war?
No, we would have never had a war. We would have never had a war. If I were president, if the election weren't rigged, you wouldn't have had
If
the
it
war.
wasn't
You wouldn't
rigged,
have the war.
guys.
You wouldn't have had inflation. You
no
wouldn't have had October 7th.
We would have had no inflation after he pumped a $4 trillion bill into existence in the United States of America. You would have had no inflation, guys. I'll tell you this, you wouldn't have known about it. Not if he would have gotten away with the shit he's done so far. Currently, he's trying to fire, with Schedule F, fire the people that write the financial reports. He wants to be able to fire financial analysts that work for the government if they don't produce reports that he agrees with. Yeah, you wouldn't have known about inflation. You'd been like, damn, why are these Cheerios so expensive? Cheerios always been $13.50 a box? I thought they were like $6. Like, there's no inflation. You're fucking crazy. They've always been $13.50. Welcome to 1984.
I love the poorly educated. 7th, that would have never happened because Iran was stone cold broke. They didn't have any money to give to Hamas or Hezbollah. You wouldn't have had that Afghanistan most embarrassing moment in the history of our country. You wouldn't have had it.
It was your plan!
If I were president, you would be able to eat any amount of calories and not get obese. If I were president,
no diabetes.
You would never have to sit next to someone on a flight who talks to you too much. If I were president, you would never have to go to the gym again, and you would look so hot, like America.
Like America, the hottest
country. If I were president, you would... What else? You would never have to talk about politics with that one relative. If I were president... Yeah, we know.
Oh, God.
The unfalsifiable claims. He loves them.
We're living in the golden age, just so you guys know.
He loves them so well. And then on a different subject.
So golden right now.
That is tough enough. They approved that. They allowed that to happen to our country. We don't have one Democrat vote And if I were a Democrat, I'd be voting for this bill and I'd get elected to any position I want as a Democrat. They're crazy. They're voting for a 65% tax increase, and they're only doing it for hatred. They're not doing it for any reason. They know it's terrible.
It's not 65%, first of all. But even with that being said, if you want to be like best faith about this, right? You're talking about adding to the debt another $5 trillion. You're talking about cutting Medicaid for people. You're talking about potentially impacting Social Security. You're talking about firing veterans. You're talking about removing people from the federal workforce. All why? All why? So that way middle-class Americans can have an extra $1,300, $1,400 in their bank account at the end of the year, right? That $1,300, $1,400, $1,500 that you would get from the tax breaks do not come even close to covering what you are going to pay in tariffs. It does not come even close to covering what you're going to have to pay in state taxes if the states have to start being in charge of FEMA. Like, this is my problem with all this bullshit. And this is why I hate fucking politics, dude. This is why I hate it. Because every fucking person that follows this moron can't do math. Every person that follows this fucking moron can't read. Because if you could do math, if you can read, and you still believe that getting a tax cut while there are tariffs in place, while prices are going up, when we enter a fucking recession, if you still think that is saving you money, please find a shallow puddle and see how long you can breathe in it. Please do that for me. Please try to set a record. Set a record, dog. Set a record.
Terrible politics, in my opinion. But so we have no Democrat votes. That means we have to get almost all Republican votes. And I think we're very close to doing that. I think it'll be.
So that's about his reconciliation bill.
The bottom
it
two.
should give you some hope, honestly, that that's his argument about the bill, which is that, like, going into the midterms, the argument's going to be Democrats only voted against this bill because they hate me, and Republicans are the heroes for passing it. Keep saying that. Republicans are the only ones who passed that. Trump. This is Trump's bill, and Democrats fought it every step of the way. Just repeat that as much as you can, Trump. Democrats fought it. They said, Obama blanket.
TOG says, my niece-in-law and two great nieces are in the Philippines visiting their family. I'm worried about them getting back in the country after their visit. I wish I could tell you that everything will be fine. But the reality is who the fuck knows, unfortunately. I will be 100% with you guys. Don't leave the country if you want to come back. That's it. That's all I got for you. That's how fucking weird shit is right now. I told you. I said I want to write this book. And I started writing this book. And I just realized that all I'm doing is just writing about what is actually going on. I'm trying to write fucking science fiction over here. And all I'm really doing is just writing current events. I'm like just reporting on America. And I'm trying to write science fiction. Like, this shit is out of fucking control. We have a dude who is so corrupt that he is just pardoning, like, people that fucking his campaign workers' parents. He doesn't even know who they are. When asked about the two people he just pardoned, he said, I've been told that they got a real raw deal. That's what he said. Not, I looked into this. It seemed like it was messed up. It seemed like they got screwed over, so we pardoned them. No, he said, I was told they got a raw deal. This shit is insane. And the people who follow this dude are insane. There is no excuse for still supporting the banana shit crazy things this man is doing. He is stealing money from people. He is ruining the relationships America has with every other country in the world. And I don't even think he's fucking aware of it. I actually think he has fallen down the dementia hole. I don't even know if he wakes up each day thinking like it's like Groundhog Day for this motherfucker. He wakes up every day with a clean slate. That's why he keeps saying 2 weeks. He's like, I came up with another great idea. 2 weeks, they better have it done. Stop the war in Ukraine. Holy shit.
It's Trump javelins, right? It's like that. Democrats fought it. Republicans wanted it. It's like one of those phrases.
Jesus.
And
yeah,
I know too much about how Trump speaks. It's really, it's really bad. It's bad. How I'll be walking around and just phrases he said go through my head. It's not good. I have Trump derangement syndrome.
All right, that's pretty much what it is.
Please diagnose me, doctor. I have it. Because in the midterms, people are going to be voting on a few things, and one of them is that bill. The fact that you, like you just said, Trump, Republicans and you, much to the chagrin of Democrats, passed a bill that was one of the greatest redistributions of wealth from the bottom to the top.
And if you want to know why certain Republicans don't want to get on board with it, it's because all of like the Medicaid cuts and stuff happened after Trump's out of office, right? So to somebody like Trump, that's like a good deal. To like Trump sycophants, that's a good deal because they're like, we're just riding Trump's coattails. We're probably fucked once he's gone anyways. So hey, let's just fucking grape the shit out of poor people in the country while we have the chance because we're pot committed. They're pot committed now. The reason other Republicans are like, no, we don't want to do that is because they're thinking about 2028. Some of these Republicans are going to want to run for the presidential office. Can you imagine being a conservative that isn't completely batshit crazy in a cult for Trump and you're thinking about running in 2028 and you're like, holy fuck, the Medicaid cuts are going to happen while I'm in office? Yeah. That's why some conservatives, they might be assholes too, but at least they're assholes that are thinking about their future. Trump's whole clique is just like watching him do crime right in front of everybody's face, and they have a fucking hard-on. They are like, I didn't know we could just do the crime in front of these fucking morons. I thought there'd be repercussions. And Trump's like, no, I've been doing this my whole life. And they're like, oh, Jesus. Let's do it. God damn it.
And low-income Americans literally lost wealth in that bargain as the wealthiest gained. Please keep slapping your Trump label on that. You know how he says, we brought in a zillion trillion from this country and that country, and then you look at the numbers, it's like, that's not true at all. He does the same thing with what margin he won voting blocks by, or if he even won that block. So he said he won young voters by 37% when he lost the youth vote.
Yeah. On Nippon Steel, this arrangement that was just announced in Golden Share, is that an arrangement you would consider for TikTok as well?
Nothing to do with TikTok. Totally different kind of a deal. We'll have to get, to do it properly, we'll probably have to get China's approval. China's never easy. China's never easy. But I think,
we're nice to China, but China isn't nice to us. We're always so nice to China. We were so nice, we put 145% tariff on them, but they said no. They said no. I said yes. They said no. Usually when somebody says no and I say yes, I just grab them by the pussy.
I think we'll be able to save TikTok. I'd like to save TikTok. I mean,
TikTok.
This
TikTok. Is TikTok.
This is TikTok.
You see what I mean? It just runs through my head. Did you hear that this time? Did you just hear Trump say this is TikTok, or is that just in my head? I can't tell.
TikTok was very good to me. I won the young people by 37%.
I won the young people. Oh, fuck me. We are in so much trouble. We are in so much we're in so much young people. We are in so much young people.
White males way up. White males have gone through the roof. White males way up. Republicans ever won. And
who told him that?
Oh my God.
Why does he keep saying that? I won the young vote by 30. You lost
No, you
the
won
young
the young
vote.
people.
What you're remembering, kind of, is that you narrowly won the young male vote, but it wasn't there by 37 points, and you didn't win the young vote.
Oh,
it's just
God.
like how he says, this statement.
This isn't my war. This is Biden's war, Zelensky's war, and Putin's war. This isn't Trump's war.
That's how I handle shit at my business too. When shit's bad, I walk up in there, I'm like, this is the cash register person's problem. This is the produce person's problem. This is the customer's problem. It's not my problem. I was like in the back eating Cheetos and watching cat videos. I obviously had nothing to do with this situation.
Only here for one thing, to see if I can end it, to save 5,000 lives a week and a lot of money. The money being much less important, because I made that money. I went to Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and UAE, and we brought back $5.1 trillion. So I made...
He makes it sound like they had like suitcases full of money. Like it's fucking Snatch or something like that. We brought back $5.1 trillion. And it's so pathetic that people believe that shit. It's so sad. Like they didn't bring back $5.1 trillion. They made agreements to talk about making deals later with private companies. Palantir making a deal with people in Saudi Arabia is not money for the U.S. government. Fucking BlackRock creating contracts and deals, or not even creating with them, like talking about them with the Saudi Arabian government, isn't money for you and me. It's money for BlackRock, who already has a lot of fucking money. God damn, we live in the dumbest fucking country. Jesus Christ, it just gets dumber every day. Holy shit.
Lady, I got buddies who died face down in the muck so that you and I can enjoy this family restaurant.
Made that money in about 2...
It was $4 trillion last week, and the trip was over last week. So I don't know how in the meantime. But that's normal to you, right? You go, oh yeah, 5 trillion. Sure, whatever. I mean, I know that's not true, but fine. He said it. Let's move on. No. Let's not move on. Jaden, let me show you. This is... I went to the... I have a new personal best on bench press.
No way. What is it?
Yeah. Is that crazy?
Yeah.
I'm just pushing all the time. Let me just check. I wrote it down somewhere. I did for a 5 by 5 reps for 5 sets. I did 1,000 pounds.
Oh.
I did 1,000 pounds.
1,000 pounds.
1 week later, Jaden, I have a new personal best.
What is it?
I don't know why he's giggling. It's weird.
What is it?
He's my gym brother. Just let's talk about gym things.
My gym brother. Gym brother.
I lifted 3,000 pounds on bench press, 5 by 5.
We're not gym partners anymore.
The reason, like, that is so weird. Like, I guess if I actually said that to you, Jaden, you would just laugh because it would obviously be a joke. But that's the equivalent. I mean, maybe that's even less absurd.
6 trillion pounds.
Given the scale of the numbers Trump will distort. I'm saying, if I started to try to genuinely convince Jaden I lifted 3,000 pounds on bench press, he would just have to stop associating with me because I'd probably be like schizophrenic or something. Like I'm living in some weird fake world. But that's Trump. That's Trump. What you just watched, that's exactly how Trump acts with the American people, with even bigger numbers and lies.
Same shit, different day.
And this was my point about, excuse me as I'm spitting, let's talk about the Biden decline story. I think it's important. I've been trying to do introspection about how I can be the best commentator I can and learn from that experience about which things I missed, what was accurate reporting, etc., and how to be the best. And I think we as an electorate want to learn from, okay, what went wrong there that contributed to Trump winning? How can we make sure that, while not rewriting history and ignoring the positive things that happened in the Biden years, also telling the whole story, but then also let's move forward, and right? But I don't really want to get into that, like Jake Tapper calling up Laura Trump and saying, I'm sorry. You were right about no. She was just saying everything she possibly could and lied about a bazillion other Biden related things. You can't then act like they're more honest actors than they are because of that piece of the story. So yeah, I want to push ourselves to be as accurate as humanly possible and be better every day. And we shouldn't be looking to our opponents as
Luke Beasley. All these guys need to learn something, man. Stop fucking apologizing, dog. They don't apologize. You shouldn't fucking either, dude. This is, once again, this is the left shit that just drives me up a fucking wall, man. The left is gonna apologize for shit like day and fucking night. Like it's some kind of fucking moral win. Just stop. Stop. Fuck them. Fuck what they believe. Fuck Jake Tapper. Fuck MAGA. Fuck Trump. Don't apologize to any one of these motherfuckers. Look them dead off in their fucking face and say, 34-time convicted felon. Fuck you. Fuck your couch. Have a good day. Or even better, have the day you deserve. Have the day you deserve.
The arbiters of truth, because they have proven themselves to be so utterly dishonest.
I'm betting he bitches
our route
110
to refining
110, Dan.
our articulation of politics in the most accurate to the truth way possible is not by going and apologizing to or rubbing elbows with the likes of Laura Trump or Donald Trump, who just casually tells the most blatant lies you could possibly imagine. And yes, Jeanine Pirro did end up getting sworn in. You can see that here.
Oh, did it happen?
Yikes. Yikes is all I can say. Share your thoughts in the comments.
That's all you can say. All you can say is yikes. Jeanine Pirro, the fucking White House is filled with Fox News people. What the fuck is going on? Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. And check out that video on the screen now.